morning, my beautiful friends. How are you doing? Patty Dooley with Tupperware here. It's so good to be in your kitchen with you, or in your living room, or wherever you're watching this video at. But it's good to be back with you. Good to see you. So, today we are cooking an entire meal in the stack cooker, and I'm going to show you how easy it is and how it only takes about 10, maybe 12 minutes tops, depending on what you're cooking. But it's going to be all done in this one thing here from Tupperware, the stack cooker. But before we get started, go ahead and hit the like button on this video. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you are, or if you're just subscribing, hit the bell icon so you can get all notifications every time I put up a new video, because I do sales and everything else on here as well. So let's get started. I'm gonna have to push you down so you can see what it is I'm doing. So hang on, don't get dizzy. Here we go. Alright, so like I said, we are using the stack cooker, and this has to be my most favorite piece of Tupperware that I love to cook with all the time. You can do everything in this. You can do from desserts to meats to soups to breads, cakes, you name it, breakfast, you name it, you can do it in here. Whole chickens, pieces of chickens, roast, whatever, but you can do it in there. And it comes with a 3-quart bottom right here. We're going to use this. Then it comes with a 1 3/4 quart section here. We're going to use that. Then it comes with a funnel, but we're not going to use this because with the funnel, you put that in here to do like pull apart bread or meatloaf or maybe a whole chicken. I think I have a video on here doing a whole chicken in the stack cooker. You can check the playlist up there when it pops up to see the playlist for the stack cooker. But anyway, we're not going to use this today, so we're going to set that aside, but we're going to use this section here. And then we're going to use the strainer because you can steam meats and vegetables and everything. I mean, it's just amazing what all you can do with it. And then we're using the top because you can put it on like this, or you can turn it over and cook in it. And we're going to turn it over and cook in it. So the first thing, I've already got everything prepped, so you're going to actually see all of this live from the time I start till the time I finish. No breakaways, no comebacks, and I'll show you what it looks like. Everything done. Plus, we're making some yum sauce for this. Oh, it's going to be good. So let's get started. Now the first thing I did is I have my meat, in which I'm using salmon here. This is salmon, 3 pieces, skinless. You can use other fish, you can use chicken, you can use whatever you like. Now I will tell you that the recipe is not important because you can alter this, change it to your liking. It's just the way that I'm doing it is what I'm showing you today. So, but I'm using salmon, and this is going to be an Asian flavored dish. So I have Asian seasoning and sesame oil and a little bit of salt on my salmon. So I'm going to set these here, and I'm going to steam the fish in here as everything else is cooking. So that means I have to add some water into this section here. I don't know, maybe a cup and a half, enough to steam. But you don't want it coming up through the water, coming up through the little slots. You want it right at the slots. You'll see that when you get one for yourself. But we're going to take the fish and we're going to set it right here on the steam part. Like I said, I've already seasoned mine. However you season yours or whatever you're doing, you know, that's up to you. That's your recipe. You do what you want. This is basically just to show you the procedure here. So mine is just Asian today. So I've got 3 pieces, which you could actually fit in more if I wanted to. But I'm just doing 3 pieces today, and that's how it's going to set in there. And that water underneath there, when all of this is cooking, is going to steam that fish till it's flaky. So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to take the top. Now the vegetables, they could be fresh vegetables if you want. They could be Frozen vegetables. I just grabbed a bag of frozen vegetables. Actually, this is California blend. So I added some garlic and I added some bell peppers in here. And I added some sesame oil and some seasoning to it, a little bit of salt. And I'm just going to pour that into the top of this here. But if you want to, you could use your own fresh garden vegetables, seeing that they're out right now and all the gardens are producing so well in most places. And I'm going to put just a little bit of water, maybe a half a cup or so, and that's going to help steam these veggies as well. Otherwise, I would do some zucchini, squash, some very thin carrot sticks, some garlic, some peppers. That's what I would do. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to set it right here on top of the fish. Now, do you see how fast this is going? Oh, before I do my fish, I'm adding some bell pepper to the top of it. I almost forgot that. And I've done this in a little bit of oil as well and some salt and stuff, and that's it. And I'm just going to lay this on top of these fish pieces. These are going to steam. They're going to be done with still a bit of crunch to them. So, you know, it just depends. If you want it cooked a little bit longer, that's fine. But that's how that sits there. And we're going to put these vegetables right back on top. Now, I'm using instant rice, and basically it's because this dish does not cook that long in order to cook a whole grain rice. And that's why I'm doing it. So I've got the last part, the 3-quart bottom, and I'm putting in 1 cup of instant rice, and I'm going to put in a little bit of salt, just a touch, and then I'm going to add a little bit of sesame because I want this flavored too. Not a lot, because you're going to add water to this, you know, oil and water. And then I'm going to add some of the Asian seasoning to the rice. And when this is done, I'm going to take and add some fresh peas to it. And fresh peas are good no matter how you eat them. Get my spatula here, and I'm going to put about 1 1/4 cups of water to this. That's 1 1/4. I'm going to stir that around. Now you can do 2 cups of rice if you're fixing for more people. You can do 2 cups of rice and about 2 1/4 cups of water to that instant rice. But this is just not going to be for a large crowd. Anyway, I'm going to set this right on top of that rice, just like this. And we're going to put this entire thing in the stack cooker, and we're going to cook it for 12 minutes. The reason I say 10 to 12 is because I've added an extra piece of fish. Normally it only takes me 10 minutes, so I'm going to put it on for 12 just for added time for that extra piece of fish. So let me go put that in the microwave. Okay, so we have that cooking, and I'm going to clean up some of this here out of the way and wipe it down, because while that's cooking, we're going to make some yum yum sauce. Now my youngest daughter, she absolutely loves yum yum sauce, and she brought some home, and I tell you what, it's like the best stuff. But we can go through a lot of it. She likes to take it to work. And I like to eat it on the fish and stuff. So we are going to make our own yum yum sauce. And I have everything over here ready to go for that. This is like super easy to do. Doesn't call for a whole lot of ingredients, but it does call to keep it in the fridge for 24 hours after you make it, because all of that has to mix together and the flavors have to go together. So you want to set it for 24 hours. And I already have one made up to show you, and that's what it looks like. Man, I'm telling you, that is the best stuff. It is so good. But we're going to make it right here, right now, and I'm going to show you. To this, we need 1 cup of mayonnaise, and we need a tablespoon of melted butter. I've got that melted. And I will put the recipe down in the description so you can find it there. I won't put the directions, but you'll find the recipe there. So we have 1 cup of mayonnaise. Now if you want to really control everything that's going into your food, the salt intake and, you know, chemicals and all that, you can make your own mayonnaise. Very simple to do. And sometimes I do make my own mayonnaise. I believe I've done it on here. I know I've done it on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you can follow me at TW Patty Dooley and watch what goes on there. So we've got 1 cup of mayonnaise. We're going to put this in here. And trust me, this will not go to waste. It will be eaten. And then we need a tablespoon of melted butter. Pour that in there. Now mine's unsalted butter, so I'm trying to control my salt. So that way we can salt it to what we like after, you know, we put it on our plate. Then you need 2 tablespoons of ketchup or tomato paste. I'm opting for tomato paste this time because I used ketchup the last time and it turned out a bit salty. Well, for me it did. I don't know about everybody else. So I'm going to try a 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I get this at the store. It's in a little squeeze tube. Love this because, you know, if you open a whole can, sometimes you just need a little bit out of it and it just like wastes the can. So I get the tube. I'm not trying to show any name products here, but you know, just look at your tomato section aisle. You'll find it there. Canned tomatoes. Then we need a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Like I said, this recipe is going to go, I hope I have, you know, planned enough time to do this and watch the whole thing. But 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, and I love paprika. I'll especially love it on potato salad. And then we need 1 teaspoon of sugar. It says white sugar, but this is organic sugar, whole sugar, so I think it just changes the color a little bit. Might make it a little more brown. And then we need a tablespoon of rice vinegar. And then 2 tablespoons of water, and that's it. This is like super easy to make. Here's my water. Let me get this cup out of the way. And then all we have to do is stir this up. Now this is what it's going to look like. And I'm thinking that the tomato paste might make it a little bit thicker because the ketchup is not, I mean it's thick, but it's not real thick like tomato paste. And then you just stir this up, put it in a container, and then let it set in the fridge for 24 hours before you use it. So if you if you're like me and you like to stay, you know, do a week on recipes like that, I like to kind of plan ahead of what I'm doing for the week. Then you can make this up and have it ready for that day. You just want to stir it up until it's smooth and well combined. There we go. See, the brown sugar, well, it's not really brown sugar, it's just natural sugar. It gives just a little bit darker tone maybe, but that's fine. And then I'm going to put it in a container. You know, something with a good lid on it, a good top, good seal. We're going to pour that off in here. And then let this set for 24 hours. There we go. You want to get all that goodness out of there. And that's as simple as it is. I believe Yum Yum sauce is a Japanese sauce, but it goes good on lots of things. You can use this for dip for French fries. Oh my god, it was you can put it on fish, you can put it on chicken. It is super good. So there we go, we've got that. And that is how fast and easy it is to make Yum Yum sauce. So we still have a few minutes left on the microwave, so I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And like I said, this is like real time. This is how I do on my VIP group. When I usually try to do it for every Thursday is to cook live for them and show them how to use the Tupperware products. And they have questions, they get to ask questions and help with their own products, you know, because they might buy it and they want to know more about how to do it. So this is what we do every week on my VIP group. So if you're not part of my VIP group, please remember it's not open to other Tupperware consultants or customers of other Tupperware consultants. I try to let you know, go bless that consultant that you're already with. Bless her with your business. That's the way it should be. And I can't really take people from other countries, because if you want a product, there's no way I can get it to you because we only sell here in the US. So might have to limit some people, but it's still, we do a lot on there. So we still have a few minutes on that recipe, and I'm going to show you something that I did with my VIP group last night that was just amazing. These are marinated cherry tomatoes. We done some these, I mean, with gardens like they are right now, it's a perfect time to get a nice couple of juicy red tomatoes, slice them up, or your cherry tomatoes, slice those up. We took like 3/4 cup of olive oil. I picked fresh herbs out of the yard. We chopped up some purple onion, some garlic. We put it in here. The vinegar really depends on the type of vinegar and the flavor that you want. You can use red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, regular vinegar, apple cider vinegar, about 1/4 cup of that. And then mix in your herbs and your onion and garlic, and then, you know, salt it to taste, and then put it in a container and just let all that goodness kind of marry together. Don't set it in the fridge, because the olive oil, if you're using olive oil, will kind of, you know what oil does when it gets cold, it's just so let it sit out. This is a great side dish for condiment, you know, like a condiment, appetizer, crostini bread. This is excellent on chicken. I made sliced tomatoes the other day, last week, I forget what day I'm in, but I did it with that, and I put it on a sandwich with a little bit of mayonnaise, and oh, It was amazing. Just amazing because all the flavors were so good together. So if you like basil, you know, you can add more basil. I put basil, fresh basil, fresh oregano, and a little. This recipe I did a little bit of fresh lemon thyme in here. Just give like a back note, that back hit of that lemon in there. But if you don't have fresh ingredients, you can always use the dried ingredients from the store. That's fine. And then just let them all set together, and these are just amazing, just amazing. So that might be something you want to try with your tomatoes that you've got at home growing, or you know, a farmer's market that you can get fresh tomatoes from. Just amazingly good. I'm just gonna have to try a little tiny one here because they are so good. I made these last night. So good. Oh, so good. So our microwave is stopped, and like I said, this is real time. So let me go get that. Let me set a couple of placemats out here and get my towel, and we will check our dinner. Look at that. Woo! So good. So let me set you back down here just a little bit. There we go. So you can see all of that. These they're done, but they still have a bit of crunch to them. So if you like them more fresh that way, the bell pepper's got a little crunch to them. If you like them that way, fine. If you don't, you can put this piece back in the microwave and let it cook for maybe 2-3 minutes to the doneness that you like, but I like mine there. I like them that's got soft but not mushy. I'm checking the fish. It's just flaking off of here. So it is done. Let me set this up here. I need to get a plate or something to put that on. Our fish is done. I'm going to set this up where you can see it. Look at that. Just look at that. Amazing. And then here's the juices where it's steamed. And then here is our rice. And we're just going to fluff that up with a fork. As you can see, it's just fluffing up because it's instant rice. So what we're going to do from here is we are just going to add a couple, handful or whatever. If you don't like peas, don't put them in there. And we're going to stir these around. And that hot rice, it's just going to warm those up. And that is just amazing. So you see, we made the whole meal. We've been on here not too long, and we've made a whole meal in 12 minutes. 12 minutes. You can use chicken if you want to use chicken, or you can use pork if you want to use pork. Whatever you want to use. It's generally 6 minutes a pound for like hamburger, chicken and pork and things of that nature. Fish just depends on the thickness and what type of fish it is, so that you might have to adjust your time a little bit. But generally 10 to 15 minutes, you got an entire meal done. If you're doing meal prep, great for this because you could put a piece of chicken in here, a piece of pork in here, and a piece of fish in here, cook it all, and then have some meals set up for your week, you know, to take to work with you. So, you know, 3 meals right there. But this is what we have done today, and I am going to enjoy my lunch because I cannot wait. So let me put this on a plate for you. We'll just put some up here. spoon this stuff out. So we are going to spoon a little bit of rice. You can do this, you know, those Buddha bowls that they call them. I love those things because you can just add so much to it, so much fresh stuff. Oh, they're wonderful. Then I'm going to do some of my vegetables right here. And then I'm going to get a piece of fish. Set this right here over to the side, and I mean, how wonderful is that? I'm gonna have to taste a little piece here. Oh man, that is so good. I love salmon. But that is our entire meal right there. Rice, vegetables, and fish, which I may have to put me another piece on there. Seeing that my husband doesn't eat this salmon, I can have 2 of them. There we go. There we go. So that's it for today, guys. I mean, you couldn't ask for a faster meal, a healthy meal than this. Super easy to do. So when you come in from work or school or whatever it is you're doing, just put all this in the stack cooker, cook it for 10 to 15 minutes, adjust your time, and then you've got an entire meal ready and on the table, and it is perfect. So you guys be blessed. I will see you soon. And like I said, hit like, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon to get notifications. So I will see you next time. Bye.